Hey yo, what's going on guys? Peb here, and today we're going to be talking about PC building, because you wanna know it. My friend's trying to build a PC, I'm upgrading. Right now my computer's sitting around $1,000-ish. I don't know. But anyway, today I'm going to talk about good budget PCs. So, it's probably a good idea if you're going to become a PC gamer not to go for an $1,000 build immediately. Because I realized that I made a really big mistake doing that. Because just as you go up, everything gets more expensive. And yeah, I realized that the hard way. But anyway, aside from that, today I'm going to talk about what are some good budget parts. Now, my first pick for this would be I'll start off with the motherboard. It is a Gigabyte H170 D. I'll leave the link. Not on Newegg, because on Newegg it's unpriced, unfair. It's not a good price. It's like, dang it, yeah, show that. It's about $200. Mine, I got it for $80 new. Still, it's an H170 board. Why I don't say H110 is because the H110 boards are just small. They don't have enough RAM slots. They only get up to 32 gigabytes of RAM. And yeah, that's just not fitting for me. So now my next choice would be for CPU, would be the, what did I want it to be? I want it to be the i5-7500. And why I say that is because the i5-7500 is just a kick-ass chip. Yeah, you don't want a 2-core, 4-thread CPU. Those are just not good, not enough for modern gaming right now. Like, 2-core, 2-core, 4-thread chips just aren't enough. I know they have a high core frequency, like clock speed of 3.9 for the new one, and 4.2 for the CADE one. But they're not a good choice, because they don't have enough cache, they don't have enough cores. I mean, my friend, he can barely run Arma with, and he has a, pretty good PC. So next, moving on to the GPU, I would say you should get the RX 470. Why I say this is because it's a pretty solid choice. You could go for its counterpart, the GTX 1050 Ti, which personally I would choose, but an RX 470 is like a little bit cheaper. I don't know, but I'll leave links to both of them in the description. They can usually get about 60 FPS on medium to high on games for that, but no, it depends whether or not you have like a bad system, like you chose 2 gigabytes of RAM, which is a terrible idea, which, like, just don't stop if you plan to do that, because you're making a terrible decision. Now, my next choice for hard drive, I would say a 1 terabyte drive. It just allows you to store everything, like, pretty easily. Anything else is just gonna be, like, too small. Like, my friend has, like, a 320 gigabyte drive, which isn't enough for, like, what modern gaming is. 320 gigabytes is tiny compared to mine. I have a terabyte of storage, but no SSD. So moving on, I would say get G.Skill Ripjaws 5 RAM, because it's like it's just, there's RAM isn't a big deal. You could get a 4x2, but I'm not really sure what the difference is. Since you're new, you won't know the difference, I swear. You'll probably just only want to achieve 60 FPS, and you only want to be half a gaming PC, so that you can say, haha, I have a gaming PC and you don't. So my next choice for parts would be, for the case, would be the NZXT Source 220. It's my case, it's massive, it can fit nearly everything that I need it to fit. It can, fit just everything, almost. I think it can fit, 3 SSDs. It's 8 hard drives, that's what I saw. 3 disk drives, and yeah, that's a ton. And it can water cool and get up to 5 fans in it, but I wouldn't recommend going to 5 fans. Just knowing that that's like way too much, way too much. That's gonna cost too much for me. So here's my the PSU. I'd just get a 430 EVGA, 430 watt EVGA power supply. You know, that's nice and cheap and a good deal. I think that's it. You can add anything else to that, and just to make it maybe a little more pricey, you go for that 3GB GTX 1060, which isn't a bad idea. Or you could go for 6GB if you really have that extra money. Maybe a 7600K. I'm not sure. You know, all depends on how much money you have in your pocket. But this is just gonna be a solid budget build for, you know, medium to high settings on, you know, that. Also, if you're gonna use a lock processor, just use the stock cooler. It's really not worth getting that extra thing that I got. That was a complete mistake. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I can give some ideas. Maybe you want to substitute in a GTX 1060, maybe an i7, maybe? You know, you get a locked i7, because you're only on an H170 board. Now, I have a K processor just because, and I have an H170 board, but I just have a K processor because they're powerful, like really powerful. But I'm gonna get a Z170 or Z270, because I clearly need one, because K processors, and I can get to 4 gigahertz, or 5 gigahertz on a i7. So yeah, hope you guys all have enjoyed this video. Make sure to like it if you like it. And I might make one of these PCs and actually like give it away if you guys really want. But probably not. Just don't get your hopes up. Yeah, but make sure to like and subscribe, and peace.